We're back 100 centimeters on the button. I think it's much smaller than that. 103 is the smooth hound. Now it's just there. I brought it out and it kind of swam all the way out itself. The things are going. The gills are going. You can see it. You can see it moving. So that's absolutely deadly. Had the GoPro on for the old release there, but definitely very happy with that now, I have to say. I have only, and the funny thing about it is there's not much camera time left, or not battery time left on my camera. But I just want to show you this. For the Stingray, you see I put the cloth over it. Anyone who was wondering about the length of time that it was out of the water, what I did is I ran down and got a bucket of water. Everything got thrown out of the back. So I ran down, got a bucket of water, and I kept putting water over its gills so that it can breathe away while I was getting organised. But you can see that black there. That's actually the poison off the Stingray. So it is. But pretty good. Pretty happy with that. No, I'm definitely going to have another cast. I hadn't really planned on it. I've stood on everything. But I'm definitely having another cast now. I cut the trace there and everything. Just tried that. Calvin, man, I think you could be right. No point in saying it and telling lies. I think you could be right. That was the chub mackerel as well. Yeah, stood on my trace, dropped everything. Absolutely buzzing now. I might get somebody to check the actual specimen size of a Stingray. I think it's around 28 pounds, which that should have been well over it. Ken, I didn't measure it on camera because first of all I was nervous of getting stabbed, and second of all I wanted to I got it on the GoPro though, so I will put it up and as a part of a video. I'm actually recording nothing as we speak, but I just didn't have time to get back on, and I only 13%, so I wanted everyone to see it going back okay. So I might, the battery might die on me here. I am definitely going to have another cast. So I think it's around 90 is my guess. 100 centimeters is for a tourney, so I think it's around 28 pounds. I think anyway. See, Donald, the weed formation. I told you it was a sign. That's all right, guys, isn't it? Percentage on the phone, 9%. Hold on, though. I have my headlight. Headlight battery. Phone. Yeah, do you know what? I was looking at power banks and I brought one home, but it's not much good if you don't bring it with you, is it? I don't know. Will it... Do you know what? I'm going to take off the Bluetooth on this. And 9%. What a disaster. I brought one home, you know. What a nightmare. I thought this battery was supposed to do that. Could be my cable as well as brutal. But either way, 8% left anyway, so I'm probably going to lose you guys pretty quickly. Or pretty soon. But you saw the main thing anyway, which was the big stinger. And to be honest, once this tide starts moving again, I'm getting out of here. It's too bad. You can see the last of the sunset and a bit, and you can see the rod as well. Philip Connolly, fair play to you. I thought it was 90. I didn't wait, Craig. 100 centimeters and a half. Cable into power bank first. There you go. We will try that. We'll plug it out and plug it back in again. There's no light or anything coming up on the battery, which I would like to see some sort of nah, still no bueno. That's annoying. It's only a cheap cable as well though, so that can't be helping the situation. Although, do you know what I might do? 98 is the specimen size. We'll try plug in the battery of the phone, of the camera, of their thing as well. Anyone with a lead lens or know how to work this thing. Read your instructions, as my mother would say. So now we have light, so we know the battery is working. We have tough luck though. That's annoying. No, it seems like tough luck on the battery side of things. Jamie, do you know where that I got that in a petrol station one night when I was driving home, my phone was dying. So that's where that came from, but it is cheap, to be honest about it now. Oh yeah, but look at this, there's nothing coming out. It's not a power bank, it's the battery off of my headlight, but as you can see, I've got plenty of that. But it has a cable section as well, and you're supposed to be able to charge your phone off of it. But I don't know, is my cable able for it? Because between the phone and the battery, they'd be two very high-end pieces of technology, and the cable is really only a transfer cable. But in other news, I'm going to feed the gullies. Cut my trace in half by accident as well, in my excitement. Ah, you're grand, man. Thanks for the offer though, or thanks for the thought. I'm not going to bother staying too much longer. I got the fish. The weed is due to come back on pretty quickly as well. So it is. But yeah, cut my trace in half. Sure things fly. I must have a look at that. I do like a bit of I like all types of fishing, really, to be honest about it. I don't do all types, obviously. Thanks, Donald, man. Yeah. No, I'd say no, that'll be it. Doesn't seem to be any bite on that. And the tide is due, all that weed's going to lift back up in the air again. Took mackerel, fresh mackerel if anybody is interested. Or if that interests anybody. Keep my weight off as well. Cheers, guys. Like I was saying, if you could like the videos, share the channel, things like that, it all helps the channel. So the more it grows, the more fishing that'll be doing. Donald, I failed to catch a spider crab tonight. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I hope those lads got to see the fish after all the questions. Although I have to say, I don't miss all the questions. But they're young lads, and you know what? I was fairly enthusiastic when I was young as well, and I'm sure I tormented people. Actually, I'm certain of it. Colin McDade, definitely a guy that got tormented by me in my youth. But you might remember, guys, as well, when I was putting out the bait, I told you that I put out 2 smaller baits. Okay, and I think you could be a bit right. But look, come here. Like I said, when I was young, I was very enthusiastic about fishing. It could be much worse. There's guys, young fellas, not much older than them boys, I'd say, that are out the back garden and the football pitch drinking cans. Paul, cheers, man. I'm going to try to do more of the live videos. There's not a quarter of the audience that there was during the lockdown and things, but look, a lot of guys seem to enjoy them. And they're good old fun too, when you're getting a fish. Thanks, Jason, man. buzzing. That's definitely the second specimen anyway. Well, but again, for anybody that was wondering about the length of time the fish was out of the water, when you get a stinger like that, it's really important to keep putting water over them. Like, I could have grabbed him by the, like the holes are called, the spiracles. I could have grabbed it by that and dragged him up the beach, but that's the wrong way to do it. Even in your excitement, it's really bad for the fish and it can kill them. So what I do is, like as you saw there, what I did there was get the mat or the waist sling, get it under him, get the thing around the tail, and then you can carry it kind of as a sling. James, man, it's on the last stream. It should be at the end of the last stream. But yeah, I think the cable, it's only a Euro cable, you know. Yeah, it should be on part 2. I'm going to show people the weed that I've gathered. There's another couple of bunches down there. For anybody, oh, still attached to the cable. Oh God. That's what my mother says about the manuals as well. That's the weed I carried in 3 or 4 casts compared to the size of the box. So it is. My mother says that about the manuals as well. She kills me. She says if all else fails, read the manual. I can't even talk. So that's the second specimen of the year anyway. Minus the smooth hound. I thought 100 centimeters was good enough for a specimen for a smooth hound, and it was last year, but because of the amount of them being caught, they upped it to 103 centimeters. So the story there now, guys. How are we getting on with the battery? Oh, 4%. Don't know how long we've been on. 10 minutes. But as soon as I picked up that fish, I kind of pulled forward and I felt real solid power. So I knew I had a good fish on. I was able to come back and talk to you because I knew it wasn't a... Good night, Ken, man. Thanks for tuning in. I said I knew it wasn't the taupe because the line wasn't gone left or right or gone out. But I could feel it every time it moved, real heavy, strong pressure. So I'm gutted I didn't get to get a photo of it. But in order to get the photo, I'd have had to go messing around with cameras and stands and all that kind of thing. And voice activation and timers. And I just didn't want to risk the fish. So I'll be able to grab a couple of snaps off of the thing, I'm sure. And look, it went back happy enough, so that makes the two of us happy. So I'm not. But guys, this is going to go off, so I'm going to say goodnight before it goes. I'm going to have one last look at the sunset in Kerry. It's Fina Pier over on the left. £15 is grand. You can get a shock leader as well if you're intending to cast far. But if you're only casting just a nice easy overhead thump, £15 is fine. You've got to be really careful around. I wouldn't use it on the pier, but on a beach on your own you should be safe, but not in a crowded area or in a competition. So there you go, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Fixed my old hat so makes it look good for the old sponsors. Like I said, hopefully next week I'm going to be getting the Yuki gear arriving, and I'm going to go through all that with you and show it off as well, because there's some really cool stuff. So from me and Tralee, gotta say good night. Tim Flatley fishing, just hitting the road. Sorry, man. Check out the last stream though, it should be up soon, and it's got a big fish in it. So good night, and please share all the stuff, guys. Let me help me take over the world.